Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Voiceover says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Art Chat Daddy Sims. Glad to be here with you guys on a wonderful Wednesday evening. It is the first day of fall 2021, and that's in the Northern Hemisphere. So pretty much all of the United States is entering into the first day of fall. And here in Chicago, it definitely truly was a first day of fall. But tonight we're also celebrating the birthday of our amazing co-host, Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. At the stroke of midnight, Karen turned a day older and probably got up earlier than normal to celebrate her birthday. But we're glad to have her here tonight. And we just want to say, Kay Renee, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Chat Daddy. Oh my goodness. You're truly a big brother. Ladies and gents, Art is just a giving soul, and he gave me such a wonderful package to celebrate Chapter 54. So thank you so much, sweetie.
Oh, you are welcome, darling. Some of your favorite accoutrements were in that goodie
Yes.
bag. You had said that sloppy joes were your childhood favorite.
Yes.
Some sloppy joes tonight. And I did tater tots because you cannot eat sloppy joes
Without tater tots. That's correct.
That is against the law to have sloppy joes without tater tots.
That's right.
I made you extra sloppy joe.
Yes, you did.
You have that craving, or you want to feel a moment of your childhood, or reflecting back on your parents, you can go have one of your favorite comfort meals, which is sloppy joe. So happy birthday, and we have a birthday cupcake for you, a little sparkling that you can't open, but maybe you get you something else. And happy birthday to you. So how are you feeling on your birthday today?
Oh my goodness. As I said, it started at 3 o'clock this morning, getting text messages, from LinkedIn to Facebook to Instagram. And then I had a business call as my weekly business call. And I told my colleague, the CEO, I said, look, after this, you won't see me again till Monday. So, and after that, then the calls started coming. The calls, the emails, and then, as you know, thank you, Miss Renee, thank you. I spent the rest of the day with my beautiful godmother, Mrs. Annie Baker, and we just had a hoot. She took me out to lunch, and then she wanted to go grocery shopping, and I took her there, and we were near Evergreen Park, and so she needed to get some things for the winter, and I gladly wanted to take her. So it just she reminds me so much of my mom because they worked together when they were teaching at Crane on the west side of Chicago. So having her with me today just kind of reminded me of being with my mother.
Oh, how beautiful. How nice.
Yeah.
Also coming up on tonight's show, we'll meet two people who are instrumental in trying to make a change here on the south side of Chicago. These dedicated and caring people are behind a memorial bike ride. It's actually a memorable bike ride, I should say. Not a more memorial, but a memorable bike ride this coming Saturday to promote community self-help and awareness on the south side of Chicago. And then later on in the show, we'll meet a young man by the name of Matt B. He's an R&B singer who is a household name in Asia, Australia, and Japan, with his chart-topping album to his credit. But if he walks down the streets here in Chicago, nobody would know who he is. And he has a wonderful legacy and history that he comes from of entertainers. And so he'll be here tonight to talk to us about that, his career. And it's amazing how he's a superstar in Asia, Australia, and Japan. But here in Chicago, he would just be another African-American young man on the lay of the land. So we'll meet him tonight. So, all right. Well, Kay Renee, we are going to go back down memory lane this evening to celebrate your birthday. But let's start off. We've got some breaking news about legendary filmmaker, actor, and all-around humanitarian, Mr. Melvin Van Peebles passed away today. Right. You want to talk to us about that?
Well, I mean, I happened to see that, and it just broke my heart that he passed away at the age of 89. And he is just a well-known filmmaker, an activist. You know, him. You know, I loved he and his son Mario. Of all the things he did, let me tell you what my favorite memory of Mr. Van Peebles. You know, I love Living Single. And he played, there was an episode that it was entitled like Father Like Son, and Regine, played by Kim Fields, was dating both of them at the same time.
I remember.
And I just enjoyed him, and he was just so gracious and so courteous to her. And at the end, when she was found out that she was dating both of them, she had to make a choice, right?
Right.
And Mario's character thought he was gonna choose her. She was gonna choose him. She chose the daddy, Melvin Van Peebles, and that just tickled my heart. And so, you know, in reading about him, you know, he's just truly born in Chicago. You know, he is well known in Hollywood and filmmaking. Sweet Badass. For those who, if you don't know that movie, you need to check it out. And he taught his son, and you know, you talk about legacy. He's given that legacy to his son. So, you know, he lived a full life. But you know, our prayers go out to Mario and the rest of the Van Peebles family.
Absolutely, a tremendous loss. And then last night, when you made the announcement about Sex and the City star Willie, is it Gayson?
Willie Gerson. I think it's
Gerson.
Willie Gerson. Yes.
When you said it last night, it did not calculate in my mind who you were talking about. And I said, well, now, wait a minute. Who are you talking about? And you went to tell me. And I said, oh, I still didn't know. When I got off the air last night and found out about Willie, I just was so blown away. I just did not know what to do because he was one of my favorite characters on Sex and the City. He was Samantha's good friend. Carrie's good male friend, her best, you know, like me and my besties. And so it was just heart-wrenching to know that was him. I did not know who you were talking about last night. So I do apologize, everyone. That really threw me for a loop last night, you know, once I got off the air and figured out exactly who it was, you know?
Yeah, and they haven't stated what the cause of death was for Mr. Gerson, but I mean he was only 57.
Yes,
so
I will never ever forget his character Stanford Black. Yes, I enjoy Stanford Black because Stanford and I had a lot of the same qualities when it comes to talking to our female friends and giving advice and you know, that lovingly nudge or disagreeing with something or whatever it is. So no, I was just devastated. Like I said, totally went over my head of who you were saying. And I was like, oh my God, what a tragedy. And our thoughts and prayers go out to his 20-year-old adopted son. He said one of the biggest things that ever happened to him in his life was adopting his son, which I know that's special, you know, so just sad in so many different ways.
Yeah, it just, you know, unfortunately, this is the cycle of life and what we go through. And I talked about that was another thing I was finishing up my blog about live for today. And so it just really brings home to that you can't live for tomorrow. You shouldn't live for yesterday. You need to live for one thing, and that's today.
Right. Absolutely. Very good. All right. Well, with that being said, again, happy birthday to you. I'm looking forward to tonight's show with all of our amazing guests and just having a lot of different dialogue. I won't do the COVID numbers tonight. We usually do those every night. I'll hold off with those, and we'll do a celebration of K. Renee so that we don't run out of time. So, K. Renee, you were born in the year of 1967. Do you know who the president and vice president was that year?
I believe it was Johnson, and I don't want to say Humphrey. Was that Humphrey? No. It was Hubert Humphrey.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. But I knew it was Lyndon Johnson and Humphrey. Hubert Humphrey.
Well, in 1967, when you were born, the average cost of a home here in Chicago was $24,600. $24,600 was the cost of an average home here in Chicago. And we're talking a two bedroom bungalow, two bedroom, one bath, kitchen, dining room, that type of thing. A gallon of gas in 1967 was 29.9 cents a gallon. 29.9 cents per gallon in 1967. A loaf of bread was 25 cents a loaf. And because Wonder Bread was considered a high-end bread back then, Wonder Bread was considered premium high-end. It went for somewhere around 50 cents a loaf for bread. Wages were $1.65 an hour for minimum wage.
Wow.
I know, isn't that something? And a doctor or a lawyer made $50K, and malpractice insurance back then was $2,000 a year. Isn't that interesting? Doctor or a lawyer made $50K back then. So if you were a doctor or a lawyer, you were really doing something. As they say, you was making that big money back then. So
they could afford two houses, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. A home in Los Angeles back in 1967 when you were born was between 30 and 50K to buy. Okay. In Los Angeles, well, you know, that was the place to go if you moved to
exactly.
LA. You were big time back then, and you know, a new Toyota Corolla back in 1967 would have cost you $1,800. A Cadillac Brougham was $8K for a Cadillac Brougham back then. You were big time if you had a Cadillac. If you had a Mercedes SL, they went for $25K. And a new Volkswagen Beetle went for $1,200.
And they've discontinued that.
Yes. A cola, whether it was the Shasta was the popular cola.
Oh, wow. Okay. I remember Shasta.
Shasta cola was 10 cents each back when you were born in 1967. A scoop of ice cream at Baskin Robbins was 35 cents.
That's premium.
Yeah, that was premium ice cream. Baskin Robbins was really premium.
That's right.
You was doing something if your family took you to Baskin Robbins to have ice cream. Like, that was a very major treat. If you had a scoop of ice cream at Walgreens, Woolworth, or Thrifty, it only cost you 5 cents for that scoop of ice cream. Right. Baskin Robbins was big back then. That was a treat. That was like, today is your birthday. Okay, Renee, we gonna have some Baskin Robbins on your birthday.
And I remember that. I remember that too when I was younger.
Oh my God.
Wow.
A hamburger meat. I made you the sloppy Joe today. Hamburger meat was 29 cents a pound.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. A T-bone steak was $1.15 a pound. A McDonald's hamburger was 39 cents. And again, McDonald's was a treat for us when we were children.
That's true.
Yeah. McDonald's wasn't just, oh, I'm getting ready to go to McDonald's. I look at how far McDonald's has come. I do enjoy their breakfast items. And so McDonald's has now where you earn points every time you go there, and you give them your point number, just like at a grocery store. And I'm like, man, I'm up there, and all I do is go get maybe a breakfast item every now and then, but I've earned enough points to get free items. So that's really good.
Good for you.
A White Castle hamburger was 15 cents, and a cup of coffee was 10 cents. And it was $2 for 3 pounds of coffee. Now, if you wanted, and that was average coffee. If you wanted really good European, coffee that really required a barista, I don't know if baristas were known back then, but they're saying like a cappuccino or something like that. Espresso. It was 25 cents for a cup of coffee back in 1967. The Sunday newspaper was 25 cents. A pay phone call was 10 cents. A bus ride was $0.25, and that included a free transfer. And To ride the Staten Island ferry, it was 5 cents to do that. And a bubble gum out of a machine cost 1 penny. And a box of condoms for men, were 89 cents. And cigarettes were 27 cents a package in the store and 35 cents a package in a machine. Because anywhere you went that had cigarettes in a machine, that was a necessity thing. Like that was
Right.
a luxury item. And you, like you at the bowling alley and wanted to pack cigarettes, they had to make their money off of having that convenience there for you at the bowling alley. And so that's how much things cost back in 1967 when you were born. Isn't that amazing how much things have changed?
Lord have mercy. If we could just go back, take a time machine to 1967, what we learned then and now, we'd be trillionaires, hon. Not millionaires, trillionaires.
Trillionaires.
That's right.
We probably wouldn't spend as much of the money, do the things that we've done. I'm wondering, like, would we be as well traveled? Like, my grandmother was a traveler and did things, but I'm wondering, like, as much as things have changed and it has become acceptable for everybody to indulge in things, I'm wondering, would we, as you said, be as far as we are now with our lives,
It would be interesting. I think we would make some mistakes along the way, but I think we would definitely be a lot wiser. I just believe that.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, also, back when you were born, I'm going to give you the top songs back when you were born to see if you can remember these songs. No, let's start off with TV shows. TV shows, the number one TV show back in 1967 was Bonanza. Bonanza was the number one show.
Oh, wow.
Then after that came the Andy Griffith Show. Then following that was the Lucy Show. The next show that was popular was Gomer Pyle US
MC.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. After that came Gunsmoke. Following that was Family Affair. Then following Family Affair was the Red Skelton Show, the Dean Martin Show, the Jackie Gleason Show, and then Saturday Night at the Movies was on NBC, and that's when they showed a film, featured film, maybe a film that had been in the theaters, all of that. And then to round off the list was Bewitched, Beverly Hillbillies, the Ed Sullivan Show, and the Lawrence Welk Show.
I can see all that because remember we only had very few channels back then, so
right, yeah,
I can definitely see that.
Okay. Also, the year that you were born. Let me do this. I had the music. Okay, the top songs in the year that you were born, and I even went top R&B songs. Can you guess what the number one song was the year you were born?
I don't know if My Girl with Temptations was out then. I don't know. Or maybe it was before. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to guess because I'm thinking I don't know why My Girl pops up in my head, but
okay, Aretha Franklin's Respect and Dr. Feelgood was number one in 1967 on the R&B charts.
Okay.
Number two would be Sam and Dave. It would be Soul Man and May I Baby.
Okay.
Number three on the list would be I Never Loved the Man the Way I Love You. Do Right Woman, Do Right Man. Number four on the list would be I Heard It Through the Grapevine, The Time to Go Now, which would be on the flip side of that. Number five would be Aaron Neville's Tell It Like It Is. Flip side of that would have been Why Worry. Number six would have been Freddie Scott, Are You Lonely for Me? Where were you? Now, I've never heard Were You Lonely for Me? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check that song out. I don't even remember that song. Right. And I'm good at music. Number seven would be I Was Made to Love Her, Hold Me by Stevie Wonder. Number 8 would be James Brown and the Famous Flames, and the song would be Cold Sweat, Part 1 and Part 2. Number 9 on the list would be Betty Swan, Make Me Yours. On the flip side of that, I Will Not Cry. And number 10 on the list is Arthur Conley, Sweet Soul Music. Sweet Soul Music, absolutely.
Okay.
So those are the top 10 R&B songs the year you were born.
Nice.
Yes, very nice.
So let me ask you, what was the top song? Rock, pop, or whatever.
I don't know. I just did R&B. I didn't
Okay.
know the other part as of yet because I just did the R&B part. Just to say for your birthday. But no, I did not look that up or see. So I don't know. All right. You got anything else in news?
Well, when you talk about since the year I was born, there are a few people, celebrities that on my exact day that I was born. Yes. You may have heard of a few, Art. I know you heard of Andrea Bocelli.
Oh, absolutely. Matter of fact, Andre Bocelli is coming to Chicago very soon.
Oh, I would love to see him.
Yes, he's coming to Chicago very soon.
I will, and Miss Debbie Boone.
Uh-huh.
You light up my life. Pat Boone's daughter. Yes.
You light up
my life. Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Tony Basil. Oh, Mickey, you so fine. You so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. She is 77. Okay.
Oh, really? I bet you she ain't saying, hey, Mickey like that. I bet you she's saying, hey, Mucilex.
Oh, you so wrong. You so wrong.
I bet you she's right. Oh, yeah, that's the right. I bet you she's saying, hey, prune juice.
Joan Jett.
Oh.
Rocker Joan Jett is 62.
Yes.
And Harry Belafonte's daughter, Miss Sherry Belafonte, is 50.
Sherry Belafonte.
We in a wow.
Wow.
And Mystical is born on my birthday. Check that out.
And then shake it fast.
Thank you.
Tell me what you're working with.
Okay.
Shake it fast. Well, then that makes sense. That makes sense. That sounds like something you'd say on your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Right. Right. We also want to give a shout out to journalists, community activists, entrepreneur, and businesswoman, all around just great person. Mary Datcher's birthday is today as well.
Yes, happy birthday, Mary.
Mary Datcher, we love you. Yes. So, all right, well, very good. Quite a few wonderful people born on the first day of spring.
Of autumn.
Yeah, right. It's time. Right. I'm pushing it back. See, I told you I'm sleepy. Oh my God! The first day of
autumn. You did, but that's okay.
Wishful thinking. No, we cannot go back. First day of autumn. Yes. All right. Good Lord. You got anything else in the news, my dear?
Now my brother's been gone all day, so I have been gone getting birthday gifts. But I definitely am talking to people. But I just do. I should mention Scott Baio was born on my birthday, but he's been gone bucksnit wild, when a certain president was in office. So yeah, he's born on my birthday too. But anywho. All
right. Very good. Very, very, very good. Well, let's see what else is in the news. We want to say happy Hispanic Heritage Month to all of our Hispanic and Latinx friends. It is Hispanic Heritage Month. It is also Self-Care Awareness Month. So it is so important that you guys take time out to take care of yourselves, figure out what you need to do, how to keep your energy beautiful and right. Matter of fact, I've been on a 10-day journey. We were supposed to give some more tips, but the shows have been just so full with this. But I've been doing a juicing thing in the mornings, and it has just been incredible. And I've been feeling great about it. So is there anything in particular you're going to do in the 54th rotation around the sun?
Well, it's so funny you asked me this, Art, because my godmother, as we were having lunch, I shared with her my blog. And she said, you really need to make your presence felt. You have such a wonderful voice. And she said, I want you to find a way to truly make people, you just have such inspirational words. And so, she got me to thinking as we were talking. But, for me, I just want to have that open mind to write, to help, and to inspire. And, just thinking about definitely getting a couple pounds off, so I can be a little bit more healthy, but just really taking things one day at a time. I think, as we get older, we want to rush sometimes, and sometimes you just need to chill and just take things one day at a time. And I know I'm the type of person, I want things done yesterday, and that's not how life works. So you just have to roll with the punches, take the good with the bad, be grateful for that, and just, keep it moving. So, I'm really still relishing this day and just really thinking about, I've always, when it's time my birthday, I'm very reflective, and always thinking about my parents, because I know they're watching over me. So, yeah, it's just been...
All right. Well, that's a good thing. All right. So, did you get your birthday cupcake I got for you?
I have it right here, Chat Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is. Yay. I hope everybody can see it. It's so pretty.
You have it in the packaging. So, right. Right. I was thinking so we could wish you a happy birthday.
I haven't opened it yet. It was just so cute. Okay. I haven't opened it, but I'm going to... there we go. There we go. I wanted to wait till we got on the air to open it, so...
Oh, okay.
Oh, goodness. You know when you have certain things, you just don't want to open it because they look so cute. This looks so cute. This looks so cute.
Oh, yay.
So let me light it.
Okay, very good.
And thank you so much. As I said, birthday shots. Debbie, I'm not doing no birthday shots. I'll go sleep. Oh, goodness. Let's see. This lighting up here. Yes, there it is. All right. There we go.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear K. Renee. Happy birthday to you. And
then let me make a wish.
That's
Yay!
Like breath in everybody's face.
Well, see, here's the thing. I can blow it, and I'm here. No one else is by. I'm socially distanced.
Nowadays, that's taboo for people to blow candles out on cakes. I'm like, oh boy, no more blowing candles out on cakes at parties because of COVID.
Right.
I always thought bobbing for apples was gross anyway, but just any of those things. Remember when we were little?
I know. No, but my mom would never. She would never let me do that.
I know.
Okay. She was like, She said, I'll bob you with this if you think. No, she was sick. She didn't do that. No.
I know. Isn't that something people used to bob for apples? And
I know.
Like, oh my God, isn't that amazing? And everybody's slobbing and spitting in the same water. Gross.
Oh, we should announce. All right, we didn't win last night. Somebody in New York won that Mega Millions, $432 million in New York.
Yeah, at a pizzeria. Yes.
In New York.
Yes, at a pizzeria.
Oh my goodness!
I'm thinking it was at a pizzeria in New York last night.
We didn't win it, but tonight, Powerball 490. I did play.
Very good. You got to play to win.
That's
good.
Right. So it still applies, ladies and gents. We know who's been faithful. If I win,
absolutely,
I got you covered.
Yes. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Well, for those of you all that are just tuning in, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on this wonderful Wednesday evening. It is the first Wednesday of fall, not spring, fall 2021. I don't know where I got that from. As you guys all know, time will be going back an hour soon. Not right away. I think maybe the first week of November. That'll be taking place. A lot of people today were saying, "Oh, I turned the heat on. I turned the heat on." I don't know if it's necessarily turning heat on type of weather. I did go out today and I had on open shoes. And when I got in the car, I did turn the heat off just to knock the chill off a little bit. But for the most part, I had the windows open and I ended up turning the heat off. But no, I can't imagine having to have the heat on in the house right now. To me, it's just not that cold yet, and it's supposed to be really nice this weekend in Chicago.
This is true. Now maybe in your house it's not. It's nice. Not in my house. So I had to last night snuggle up with my blanket. The chill was in the air at the house, and so and then of course going out today, we lived up to its name, calling the Windy City. It was windy like nobody's business.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was in a grocery store today. It's so funny you mentioned that. And this lady in the grocery store had on what I call a Wheezy Jefferson wig, and it was, a big wig. It was out, that the Dominic roll look, but I call it the Wheezy Jefferson wig. And the poor lady was in the parking lot, older lady, and that wind got to pulling, and that wig was pulling, and she was trying to hold on to it, and yeah, it was extremely windy today. But I was like, oh Lord, if she lose her Wheezy Jefferson, we're gonna all be in trouble, So yes, it was excessively windy here in Chicago.
It really was. I had to make sure my godmother, because she's so tiny. She's like 4'11", so. And you could see as she was walking it was weaving and bobbing. I said, "Oh, come on, I got you. We're gonna hold on together."
Yes,
but it was extremely windy today.
Mm-hmm. Right. Wow. Okay then. All right. Well, for those of you all that do not know, we're celebrating Kay Renee's birthday. Yay!
Yay!
Look at how the color is popping. Look at
that. I know it looks so nice.
Yes, popping color is what I believe in doing, being visible, that type of thing. And we're celebrating Kay Renee's 54th rotation around the sun.
Yes.
And up in just a little bit, we have some wonderful guests that'll be stopping by to talk to us about a wonderful bike ride that'll be taking place this coming Saturday to help people in our community to build and be better. And we're very excited about that. And then later on in the show, we'll meet a young man who is a R&B singer, Mr. Matt B. And Matt B is famous in Japan, Asia, and in Australia. If the brother walked down the street in Chicago, wouldn't anybody know who he is, any of that. But over in those countries, he would be the equivalent of Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Prince, any of those people. So he'll be joining us tonight to talk about his wonderful career. And we got to change that. We got to make brother famous on the streets here in Chicago.
Absolutely.
But here's the deal. It might be kind of cool to be able to be, a superstar somewhere else and then be cool here in Chicago. Because,
because you can be a little bit, you can be a little bit anonymous. Because you think about Prince, you think about Michael Jackson. The fact that they were worldly known. Sometimes you just want to have some anonymity. And you just can't do that, right? When you're very well known.
Yes. All right. Debbie says she has on her warm robe and PJ.
Debbie, I'm with you, Debbie.
I'm with you. I mean, here's the deal. To me, it's not, I did see a lady yesterday that had on a fur jacket.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, I was taken back just a little bit that this woman would have on a fur jacket yesterday, seeing that it still was warm. I had on a hoodie and was sweating a little bit. But maybe that lady was like a groundhog. Maybe she knew that, today was going to be chilly and that type of thing. But I just kept saying, Lord, I can't believe this woman got a fur jacket on
now
September 20th.
And I said to her defense, now, when you're going through the
21st, yes, huh?
When you're going through the change menopause, your body can react kind of crazy when most people are just warm or, your body can get warm and cold simultaneously. It has happened to me. So, to her defense.
I'm just going to stick to my defense here that, you can do a fleece hoodie. You can do a sweatshirt. Anytime you got to bring out the fur before Thanksgiving, I'm starting to think of something else is going on with that situation. But I'm not her doctor. I'm not going to judge her. That is not me to be passing judgment on people. But I just have always been told that the fur does not come out till around Thanksgiving.
Well,
So, we'll see. Somebody made a joke on my page yesterday, and they said that's these people wearing them PPP items before they go to jail. So I said, Lord, I'm gonna leave that where that's at. I am. All right. Well, our next two guests this evening, Kay Renee, I'm excited to bring them to the show. As you guys always know, we're about community. How can we make a difference? What can we do to uplift people on all levels? And the South Side right now is really in the microscope because of the Obama Library coming. And we want things to change where we're all benefiting from it. And so, Kay Renee, can you tell a little bit about our two guests that are getting ready to join us, and then let's bring them in so we can have a conversation.
absolutely. Well, the first guest, Miss Carolyn Day. She's the executive director of the Black United Fund of Illinois. That sounds like good money.
Woo-hoo!
So anytime you have that, that's good money. But
was it FUND that made you think it had something to do with money?
absolutely.
Yes, very good. All right. And who's our other guest that'll be joining her?
Our other guest is Oboy. I hope I said his name right. Reed. He's the founding president and CEO of Equicity. Equicity. Oh, that's interesting. Which is
Absolutely.
he has to explain this one. It's a racial equity movement programming and advocating for racial equity, increased mobility, and racial justice to improve the lives of black and brown people across the United States.
Very
That's
good.
just that's just cool.
It is. Well, I've not had the pleasure of meeting Miss Day yet, but I look forward to meeting her on Saturday because I will
Mm,
be part of this wonderful event. But
okay.
Mr. Reed and I actually serve on a committee together, and he actually did a wonderful conversation this past Monday. We're on the Health Equity Advisory Committee for the American Heart Association of Metro Chicago. And so he is a great guy. Miss Day is a wonderful woman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome these two amazing people to the show and let's get this party started. Good evening.
Hi there. Hi, Miss Day.
Good
Hi, Mr.
evening.
Reed.
Hi.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
sir. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, brother? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has, but it was just so wonderful to know that you were
Indeed.
on that call with me Monday. And
Yes,
then
sir.
when they pitched me for you to come on the show, I said, well, now look at God. I said, that's
Uh,
interesting. That would even happen like that.
That's
Miss
all
Day, I
right.
want to start with you. Congratulations, Executive Director of the organization.
Yes,
Please introduce yourself. Tell us,
yes,
who you are and what the organization is all about.
yes. Thank you so much, very much. So, I am the executive director of the Black United Fund of Illinois, which is a 35-year-old organization that sits in South Shore and has been a tremendous impact within the African American community. Many people know Buffy in a way of being associated with the Black United Front because our founders, Henry L. English, Conrad Worrell, Professor Robert Starks, and Bernard Williams, were very instrumental in getting the organization up and running. But what people don't know is that we're about self help, self reliance, and helping people remain independent and moving forward with their lives within our community. But most importantly, people don't know that Buffy, Black United Fund of Illinois, is a philanthropic organization, and we were built on payroll deduction. And so that is people that are city, state, federal, county, university employees, and water reclamation employees donate a portion of their payroll as nominal as 50 cents to $5 every pay period, in which we then put that money back into our affiliates, which we refer to a federation of our affiliates. And this bike ride is the kickoff for the open um, time for our payroll deduction campaign. And so we are just so pleased to be partnering with OBIE. And I am just so glad we fell in love instantly with his mission and how it's aligned. We do a number of other things at Buffy. But specifically, we want to talk tonight about the bike ride. And as time goes on, we'll talk more. But we're just really proud of the work that has happened with our community via Buffy over the many years.
How beautiful, how
Wow.
wonderful is that? And I just think it's so great that people do give from their hearts, because in the workplace there are so many people that you can give to, but when you give back on a grassroots level, on a level of helping those that really need the help, it is really wonderful in so many ways. Brother Reed, please introduce yourself. As we say, please help us make sure we don't butcher your name, and then tell us all the amazing things that you are doing, because Miss Day let us know already it's a beautiful partnership, and I want to make sure you justify that comment she made.
Indeed, it's my pleasure, and thank you all for giving us the opportunity to connect here and share a little bit about the work we're doing, and especially this community bicycle ride that we're going to be hosting on Saturday. So my name is Obai. My full name is Olatunji Obai Reed. I am the president and CEO of the Equiticity Racial Equity Movement. Equiticity is operationalizing racial equity through research, advocacy, programs, and community mobility rituals to improve the lives of Black, Brown, and Indigenous people here in Chicago and across the country. So we do a lot of work around transportation. And the unfortunate reality is when our mobility is constricted, we struggle with any number of racialized inequities, from poor education, poor health, lack of jobs, unemployment, poverty. A lot of that is related to our mobility, our ability to move around our neighborhoods, to move around our city, or even move around our country freely. So our work is around mobility justice and, more broadly, racial equity. And I'll underscore what my friend and colleague, Ms. Day, said. It is an honor and a pleasure for Equiticity to partner with the Black United Fund of Illinois. And I believe this is our third annual.
Third, it is third.
This is our third annual ride with Buffy in South Shore. And, it's easy to look at these rides as just, people just rolling down the street, making noise, and it's, just a fun activity. Upon deeper examination, you will see more. What you will see is people socializing. You will see people exercising. You will see people beginning to see our neighborhoods in a new light. And we're confident that when we explore our neighborhoods in this way, we will have an impact on reducing violence, improving health, creating jobs, and ultimately making our neighborhoods and cities more livable.
Wow, I think that is incredible. I am all about transportation, being a paratran passenger, and being new to their system, and being a new resident of the South Side. They have a wonderful program where people can hail a cab to get around and not have to wait for the PACE transportation. But here's what the problem is. When was the last time you hailed a cab on the South Side of Chicago?
Right.
So Brother Reed, I may need to talk to you, because I was devastated. It forced me to have to get another vehicle, because where if I lived downtown or the north side, I would just be able to go outside, hail a cab, and do what I need to do. Just to get a cab, sometimes it'd be hours long. They may not show up. Then the drivers would call and say, "Where you going? How you gonna pay me?" I mean, just So again, you're right. It's sad that people that look like us can't even get a cab to go somewhere on the south side of the city. So I definitely want that to change. Miss Day, go ahead, Brother Reed.
Just real quick now, apply your experience with taxis to public transit, to bike share, to scooters, to bike lanes. All of those inequities exist across the transportation spectrum. I'm happy to connect with you offline and talk about how we can work together on addressing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, brother. Because whatever I can do, because you're absolutely right. It does my heart good when I see people riding the divvies and things like that in our neighborhood. Because at first they wouldn't touch them. Now they're using them, and I just think it's really great. Well, Miss Day, I hate to do a pun on your last name, but it sounds like we're facing a new day. Am I right about that? What's next?
Touche. So this ride is really building upon cooperative economics and trying to encourage the community to invest in organizations that invest in our community. So it is really a call in many ways to ask our employed brothers and sisters who are employed in federal government to remember the number 37269 in terms of payroll deduction. We are similar to that of the United Way. We are the Black United Way, if you will. Buffy sued the United Way in the 70s to get federated status. And so many people don't know that we have a Black charity. But that charity giving book is so thick when they come around to your table or desk or your office cubicle, you don't know that we're there. So we're asking you to invest in people who support your community. If you are a state, county, city, university employee or an employee of the water reclamation, we ask you to remember 950-0010. And those are the numbers. You don't have to go chasing people down. We have people that give nominally as 25 cents to $5, and we reinvest that money back into organizations that support us. Buffy also has a model program we refer to as Safe Passage. Many of you see the Safe Passage employees, and that program was developed in a response to the murder of the young man Darian on the way, the death of this young man to and from school. And so that's why we have the Safe Passage program. And the model was adopted by Chicago Public Schools, and now you see it citywide in various communities. We're very proud of our TRIO Upward Bound program, which is a program that supports academic development for first generation college bound students. So many of them don't have family members to give that kind of support. Upward Bound TRIO Upward Bound has been around a very, very long time. Our signature program is the Upward Bound Hbcu College Tour. These children have toured all over the United States, having career development exposure. And just this summer, in response to trying to create a safe haven, we created an equestrian program where we took 20 students out of the city for approximately 8 weeks to understand horsemanship and what equestrian is and discipline and being able to have a safe place to talk. So the Black United Fund is doing a lot of things. We're building on creating a model for wealth, community wealth, generational wealth, talking about our leaders to give back and helping us develop that model. So this ride is really about having fun. I met Obayi, fell in love. We talked about our love for bikes. I talked about riding my bike in South Shore as a younger person. It was kind of on the tip of COVID, all the food deserts that was happening. And I got mad. I said, well, we're getting all this food that's got canned goods, that's full of salt and sodium. I'm like, we need to get moving through the neighborhood. Everybody can see somebody that looks like them riding on the bike, having fun. Divi bought into it. Obayi even brought Bosch over to us to do a sample of their, he can tell you more about that. So it's just a matter of bringing the community out, getting some exercise, bringing some unity, talking about, what's happening in the community in a very, very fun way. Neighbors see us riding, and it's a lot of fun.
I love it. I do. It's so heartwarming. Look, now I'm more encouraged to be there on Saturday morning. Yes, very good. Brother Reed, what is on the horizon with you? You and I were on that call Monday, and brother, you spoke of just powerful things that you're doing and these collaborations that you're doing with these organizations and making these inroads where people are just incredible. What's next?
Well, there are a few priorities right now. The city of Chicago is going to implement a permanent scooter program soon. There's a proposed scooter ordinance coming. we do believe in having scooters on the ground in our city because our transportation inequities in our neighborhoods are so severe. We don't have the luxury of picking and choosing which forms of transportation we want. We need every tool in the toolkit to help us erase these inequities. So right now, one of our priorities is ensuring that racial equity and mobility justice is operationalized in this new permanent scooter program coming to Chicago. We do not want a repeat of Divvy. You said it a moment ago. When Divvy first came, they ignored our neighborhoods. We wouldn't mess with those Divvy bikes because they ignored us, so we ignored them. We don't want to see that happen again. We want scooters rolled out in our city that reflects a commitment to racial equity and mobility justice. So that's one. And then, as you know, we have several community bicycle rides coming up. Of course, my favorite organization, Black United Fund of Illinois, with my favorite person, Miss Carolyn Day. That ride is this coming Saturday. We meet at 9 o'clock. We ride at 10 a.m. It's a beautiful, chill, social experience. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey for us. It's about a 2-hour, 8-mile ride. Everybody's able to do it. Don't worry. Everybody can do it. The way we ride, anyone can do it. And then we have several other rides coming up. And then we're going to do a series of walking tours in 5 major parks here in Chicago. Every Sunday in October, we're going to do a walking tour in a major park here in the city of Chicago. So I encourage everybody to come on out, ride with us with Black United Fund of Illinois, and begin to see your neighborhood a bit differently.
Beautiful, beautiful. I will be there Saturday morning. I might have to spray myself and pretend like I don't roll a million miles, but I got you. I'll be there and make sure the world knows to be there. I'm going to make sure the world knows to be there. Renee, anything you want to say to our amazing guests before we move on with them?
Just have two questions for the both of you. Both of you are very inspirational and aspirational. So who inspires the two of you?
Oh, wow. Honestly, I have a lot of folks that have inspired me, and I can say it's all people have been rooted from the community and from the church, mostly old people. I mean, I really admire our elders. They have so much wisdom. I often say that I'm an old soul, so I can say they have come in every shape, form. I've spent a lifetime studying little children and being with children and in and out of all kinds of communities. And so I definitely would say elders.
Oh, that's beautiful. It really is. We actually were having a conversation about elders earlier. So absolutely, yes. Brother Reed, who inspires you?
It's so many. One, my mom. She sacrificed her entire life for me and my brother. And the older I get, the more I recognize how much she gave up for us to, become whole and healthy Black men in our society. And it is, I love my mom. She continues to inspire me. And then just one historical figure I would say is Harriet Tubman. Just that innate push to fight through, something that's hard for us to imagine what she went through. To help others, not for herself, to help others. So those are the two. I could go on and on. My niece, my nephews. However, I'll stop with those.
That's all right. Look,
that's okay.
It's a family affair. That's what we do.
Indeed.
We're all about the family. Matter of fact, we got a question from one of our viewers that wants to know, is there an age limit for the ride? And then please tell us the who, what, when, and where we need to be this coming Saturday. I'm going to get me a big old cup of coffee and I'm going to be out there to meet and greet everybody. But please tell the audience all the details of what we need to know.
Ms. Bay, how about I talk about age and you talk about the details?
That's fine. Cool? Okay.
All right. Ahead. So we don't really have a set age. What's important, though, is that any young person that comes knows how to ride a bike and is able to comfortably ride for about 8 or 9 miles. So in the event, they're a little shaky in terms of riding a bike. This is not the ride for them. And in the event they're not, comfortable riding that type of distance. So it's about 8 miles. It takes about 2 hours. So as long as they can hang, they are more than welcome.
Okay,
We're
well,
asking
I'm coming on
today.
my big wheel or my tricycle.
That's
So
okay. That's
just
okay.
know,
You are
big wheel or
more than welcome.
tricycle. Yes, okay, Miss
That's
Day.
okay. And we're just
All Bryce
asking that
welcome.
parents, if you come, all children need to be accompanied with an adult. You can't just drop off the
That's right.
kids for a day. So come on. I'm usually the last person, but I'm telling you, I'm out there having fun. And Obai makes sure that nobody is
That's
left
right.
behind. Nobody is by
Yep.
themselves. And it is a professionally led, guided
Indeed.
bicycle ride, a tour of our community. And it's going to take place at 1809 East 71st Street in our Buffy courtyard. We will convene at 9 a.m. and have some refreshments. We will do a warm up by a professional fitness person. And we'll hope to take off around 10. And as I said, we'll be pedal pumping through the South Shore. So we're biking through the shore, up and down the streets along South Shore Drive. We'll have a couple of breaks in between and talk about some call to action that we need to take serious stock in what's happening in our community every day. We're calling on philanthropists. If you can't ride, we're at www.buffy.org. We're at Eventbrite, I think Event Noir. So come on out, support us, come have some fun. It's just nice to have a gathering. Our courtyard is nice and it has grown. The first year, I think we had like 15 people.
Yep, that's right.
Last year, and it has rained every Saturday. And then last year, we had maybe like 50 people.
Yes.
So we're
yeah.
just excited. We really are. It's a good thing to get people together and talk about our issues and understand that advocacy and militancy looks different in 2021.
Oh, I
That's
love
so
it.
true.
I love it. I really do. I'm getting ready to put the website up here. The website, you guys, is buffy.org. That's BUFI.org. For more information about Saturday, please go to that website. If there's anything that you can do, please do so. I'll see you guys. I'll be there at 9 a.m. I'm coming to get everybody started. That's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm coming back home to get into bed.
Well, one thing Obai forgot to tell you.
What?
Uh-oh.
He has a plethora of music. So we're not just pedaling. We're like pedaling, pumping, and really grooving and moving. And you got a song for everybody. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. This is not a stiff shirt, sit up, straight. This is just, down memory lane and connecting with people on all levels.
Okay, so now what if we don't have a bike? Our bike's provided. How does that all work?
So we have DIVA. We have a partnership with DIVA. They bring bikes every year to our ride. Nice. Anyone interested should register on Eventbrite, and that Eventbrite is biketheshore.eventbrite.com. Again, biketheshore.eventbrite.com. So when you register, you can reserve a bike, and we will have DIVA bikes out there for everyone who registered. So you don't need it to come with the bike. Register. There's a limited number. However, I know last time I checked, there was some left. So anyone who's interested, please go ahead and register, and we'll have a bike for you.
Okay, then. So make sure you guys check that out. Bike the Shore at eventbrite.com. Make sure you guys check that out. For more information, you can also find out on Buffy's website, which is bufi.org. bufi.org. All the information is there. Saturday morning, 9 a.m. The weather is going to be wonderful on Saturday. I've already checked. It's not going to be chilly and cold like it is today or any of that. It's going to be nice. And I promise you guys, I will be there for an hour on Saturday to hang out, show you guys some love. My big wheel is in the shop, but whatever I can do to get everybody pumped up, show people some love, welcome everybody. That is what I'm going to do. And I'm honored to just be a part of this. I'll share it on all of my social media platforms and just make it all happen. Well, birthday girl, isn't that amazing? We gave back tonight on the show. See there?
Birthday.
Well, thank you. I wish I haven't ridden a bike, and I hate to say this, in over 30 years. So I would not. I would not know what to do, but I know they said once you ride a bike, you know you won't forget. But I don't know. I don't know if I can do it this Saturday.
I don't know if I'm gonna go back that far, but you know.
Well, I'm saying I have not ridden a bike since I was a little girl. Okay.
Oh my God!
It comes back to you.
Oh my God! I don't. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you both. Anytime you want to be here, Brother Reed, you and I serve on that wonderful organization committee together, and thank you for just your input in that. I'm just at awe listening to all of the wonderful people. And sometimes I'm like, Lord, I'm just a media person. So, you know.
No, not at all. Your voice resonates. Trust me.
We hear you. Yes.
You inspire, you educate. No, your voice is needed in that room.
Thank you. And congratulations. I mean, I remember you way back in 47th and King Drive.
Oh my God. You do know. Oh my look. Oh my God. Carolyn, you done trumped everybody on here. You done right. Look, Carolyn, you done trumped everybody. I appreciate you absolutely.
That's
you
right.
know, it's all in God's time. Yeah, it's all in God's time.
Amen.
Really, well, thank you both. Be well, be safe. I will see you Saturday morning to get the crowd pumped up and going and get everybody greased up. I'll be bringing some liniment and Bengay so we can get everybody oiled and waxed up. And
you won't need it.
All right.
I always tease Obayi. I said, look, we're going to be like Jody from Baby Boy. You know how Jody was riding the bike and everybody just started following Jody on the bike?
Yes.
I'm always impressed when Carolyn pulls out all these black pop culture references. She does it all the time.
I'm a movie
person. She blew my mind today going all the way back to 47th Street.
Right. You just don't know. That's why we always have to be on point. You just never know. Old folks.
That's right.
Old folks didn't tell me. So
that's right.
That's right. I love it. I do. Well, God bless you both. See you Saturday morning. I will get the word out to as many people as I can to come join Saturday, have them to register. I'll post it on all my social media sites, and I'm looking forward to being there on Saturday. God bless you both. Have a wonderful evening, and keep riding, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All
bye,
right.
Carolyn. Bye, bye.
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 Oh, that was amazing. That was incredible. That was good.
Oh, my goodness. I would just love to see you ride the bike because, as I said, I would look like a fool riding a bike. I'm gonna tell you.
Well, as I said, I wouldn't look like a fool riding a bike, but I got some health issues, so that's why we got to be careful of me riding the bike.
Okay.
I've ridden a bike since then. I've had several Divi memberships. Since Divi has been out, I've ridden with Divi, and I just love it. So. We'll see. I just can't with my knee right now, ride a bike like that. But other than that, no, I love bike riding. I think it's fun. And then, Divi actually has the electronic bikes now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have electronic bikes. They have electronic bikes. So, look, maybe I can put a request in for an electronic bike. But I know one thing. I ain't trying to ride no 8 miles with them. No, Now, I love it. You all can ride the 8 miles. See, that's the thing. Then they'll motor me to the end of the route. And at the end of the route, I know, that's a celebrity thing. That's a celebrity thing. It is. All right. Well, our next guest is truly a celebrity. When I say a celebrity, and wait, here's the funniest thing. I love his music. I actually have heard several of his songs. I even put his song in our promo today. And so he is a wonderful young man. He is famous in Asia, Australia, Japan, but if he was to walk the streets here in Chicago, he would just go as any other just nice looking guy and would nobody think much of it. But he really does have a musical history about his life. He is positioning himself for greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, R&B singer, superstar, Mr. Matt B.
Yay!
What up?
Yeah.
You're too kind.
How are you, son? We're wonderful. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here at this great Chicago evening, right? The weather got a little funky out here, but it's Chicago. That's the way things go sometimes.
I know.
That's
now,
true.
Matt, are you visiting us right now? You just got here, correct?
Okay, so I'm originally from the Chi. You know, when the pandemic hit and everything like that, you know, I've pretty much been stationed here for the most part, so I haven't been moving around as much. But you know, as things have started to open back up, I have started moving around a lot more. So I'm in and out.
Okay, good. Very good. Well, Matt, give us your background, who you are, where you're from. You said you're from Chicago, so feel free to shout out some of your peeps and places and things like that. But we really do want to get to know you. Go right ahead.
Well, I don't know if I'm about to shout out some of my peeps, because if I did, I have to shout them all out.
Uh-oh, and
So,
it's millions of peeps, millions of peeps. Yeah.
right. Somebody might feel some type of way. You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm from the south side of Chicago. Originally, I was born out in Oak Park, but we moved to the south side of Chicago when probably I was around like maybe like 5 or 6 years old. I'm from a little bit of everywhere in Chicago. So, initially, I grew up in Inglewood. I spent like a good portion of my childhood there, and then from there ended up moving deeper to the south side of Chicago, being out in the Wild Hunters. So I mean, you know, I'm sure people are familiar with the Roseland area and all the rest of that stuff. That's no cakewalk, right? uh, and then from there, like, you know, I've just been kind of just moving around the Chicagoland area, doing my thing. You know, I'm really popular overseas, like you mentioned, out in China, out in Japan. You know, branching back here to the U.S. market is something that me and my team were really trying to do. I feel like we've had quite a bit of success with that, especially with my debut U.S. album, which to me was my homecoming album because I had so much success overseas. I wanted to kind of bring it back here to the States. Really proud of how we did. Charted the top 40 for R&B, which was super freaking dope. I got my plaque. It's somewhere over inside of the other room right now. So, I mean, you know, I'm feeling really excited and really hyped about that. And just been doing my thing ever since. So that's just a really brief synopsis of who I am and what I'm about.
It's amazing. Let me ask you this. How does one become famous in foreign countries first and then have to come back? It reminds me of Josephine Baker. It reminds me of a lot of people way before you were born, and we're dating ourselves. But, you know, they were huge success in other countries and then came back home and got that fame. So how did it all happen that you blew up in other countries?
You want to know what? I'm an old soul at heart. So, you know, I'm with you right now. I'm with you with Josephine Baker and all that. You know, I'm feeling those vibes. But how I blew up inside of other countries, I mean, it really is a little bit of God and then like a lot of hard work and happenstance, because I uploaded a lot of my music on YouTube and all the rest of that stuff, just like everybody else typically does, just trying to get that exposure, trying to get out there. And then from there, my records, they just sat on YouTube for a little while. And then a record label hit me up out in Japan and they were like, yo, we really like these particular records. We would love if we could make this your album for your first album out here in Japan. So I'm a little skeptical. I'm thinking inside of my head, like, oh man, they about to do me in.
Right.
like they might take my records and run. But, you know, that's when you got to walk by faith and not by sight, right? So that's what I did. And the rest is history. Like the album, my first album did really well. Charted #1 on iTunes in Japan. And then from there, released my sophomore album. It did the same thing, the same type of numbers. It also distributed me in over 1,400 stores. So they also had like physical copies of my album, which was like super dope. I'm sitting here in America just watching it all go down, seeing them with these big, huge posters of me in stores, and they had like a little booth where you could play my music and listen to it on the headphones and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Oh, I love it. I do.
And then from there, you know, we just kept grinding. So it really was it was a blessing.
Wow. So listen, your song "Need Your Love," I had been listening to that for quite a while, had no idea. And when I went back this morning to work on promo stuff, I said, wait a minute, I know this song. I know who this is. So and to have you here tonight is just kind of amazing. You know, I know your other songs, Losing You, The Journey. Out of all the songs that you put out, is there any particular song that really resonates with you? That would be maybe your theme song, your swan song. What would be one of your favorite of your songs?
You want to know what? For me, my music is it's like snapshots of my life. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult for me to hone in and be like, this one was the one because I'm always evolving, I'm always changing, I'm always morphing, and growing as a person. And I almost could relate my music to like you don't want to if you have kids, you don't want to turn around and be like, yeah, this is my favorite kid right here. All the rest of y'all, I ain't rocking with you. You know what I mean? So that's how personal that is to me. So I couldn't really answer that question. It's ever evolving. My favorite song as it stands, I could say it's a song that I haven't written yet.
Okay,
All right.
that's a good answer. Well,
I like that.
Kay Renee is a birthday girl tonight, so we might have to call on you before this is over for a little happy.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, baby. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. And I'm not even warmed up.
That was
Oh my goodness.
Amazing. That's what we needed. Look, Eddie put a baby in there for you. You know, right? Look, he might bring the cook out.
I got you blushing. What's that about?
Right. Look, he cheesing like Kool-Aid, man.
Did I say your name right? I hope I did.
Yeah,
You did. You
Okay,
did. Now, I want to ask about your grandmother. You
Okay.
account your success to your grandmother. Talk to us about that relationship because all of us, we have grandmothers, and they're very special. But you really hone in on that. Tell us about that relationship.
Well, if I'm talking from a musical aspect of things, right, then I'm thinking about the fact that my grandmother was born in 1919.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother was born in an era where, us as people, we were treated very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
She came from Mississippi, so she came from the deep South. You know what I mean? And she made a way, despite the fact that all that was against her, and despite the fact that Black people didn't get the opportunities that they get now. She was able to get a doctorate degree.
Wow.
So she like it's amazing to even think about something like that back in that era. That's amazing. She taught me a lot. As a kid, I knew her until I was maybe 12-ish. Before she passed, unfortunately, God rest her soul. But she taught me a lot. She was very nurturing. She was very kind. She taught me how to be well mannered. She taught me a lot about music. Her history in music is just absolutely phenomenal. With her traveling all around the country, in a time where the Green Book existed. And I know that we all know about that. And, the fact that she was able to do something like that, and the bravery that she had to be able to do something like that in a time when, I mean, you could go to the wrong side of town on Chicago and you might not make it out. She's traveling around the country. That is crazy. And then for her to then come back here to Chicago, where she eventually ended up having her roots and having her children, being my mother and all the rest of that stuff. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. So she means a lot to me, and I continue to carry on her legacy.
That's wonderful.
It really is beautiful. And just to know that you are able to share that story like that, and continue to keep her legacy alive. It really is. Kay Renee, what else were you going to ask Matt?
No. I mean, the fact that you mentioned your grandmother has helped you musically. Did she sing? Did she play an instrument? Besides obtaining her doctor's degree, that's an achievement in of itself.
Yeah, she traveled all around the country. So she traveled in a band, in a gospel group, and she was just singing all around the country. She went to Pilgrim Baptist Church, which was located here in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And as we know, that was kind of that's where the foundation of gospel music kind of sprouted out. So she was actively involved in that, actively a part of that. So I'm very proud that she does have those types of roots. And I feel like a lot of times when I'm singing, I feel like at times she's singing through me. She had a beautiful voice. My whole family, just in general, have amazing voices, and all of us are deeply rooted in music here and there. And I think that that's a big testament to not only my mother but my grandmother.
Very nice. That is wonderful.
Amen.
Let me ask you this: if you were not an R&B singer and a superstar over in Asia, Australia, and Japan, now I'm just going there now. If you were not, what would you be doing, Matt? What else would you be doing? Was there another, or is there something else about you? I can see you doing being an actor. I can see you. What else do we need to know about you? Because I'm starting to follow you now. I'm developing your fan club. I'm developing the fan club now.
Okay, come on now. Well, acting is definitely on the radar. I mean, that's always been something that I've been interested in, even ever since I was a kid. Probably when I was around like 5 or 6 years old, I thought I was going to be a NASCAR driver, but we saw how that went.
Never too late. Too late.
But all jokes aside, I went to school for architecture, so I have a bachelor's degree in architecture. So so if I wasn't doing music, then I would be that guy who would be designing skyscrapers right now.
All righty.
Never too late. Never too late. Right. Never.
And like education is just really big in my family, just in general, especially with me just even telling you guys about my grandmother and the fact that what she was able to attain. So despite the fact that I am doing music, like it didn't stop the fact that my family was like, yo, you're gonna get your degree. I don't care what you plan on doing, but you're gonna get this degree, and you're gonna get it before you do what you plan on doing. So that was really big in my family. I did think about going for a master's degree in structural engineering, so I'm really good at math. But I feel like math and music kind of go hand in hand. The way that things are created, the way that music sounds is very rhythmic, is very mathematic in the way that things are put together. So, and a lot of great musicians were also like really good mathematicians, even if they didn't go to school for it. So I think that's a really, really cool dynamic.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Oh boy, I do too. I think that is great. Wow. Well, Matt, how can people find you, follow you, stay in touch with you? I have your website here. I'm following you on TikTok now. I think I'm following you on Instagram. Look, I know my demographic now. Right. Look, I know not to ask a certain demographic like you on Facebook. That's old. Right. Look, hey, Renee, when it's a certain age, you say to them, I'm following you on IG, or I'm following you on TikTok, but you don't say Facebook, right?
Okay. But you want to know what? We worldwide with it, so I got a Facebook account. I got a Facebook fan page for anybody that wants to follow me on there. We want to make sure we're touching as many demographics as we possibly can. Definitely anybody that's interested in stepping into my world, you can go to www.mattbworld.com, or you can go to my Instagram, you can go to my Twitter, you can go to my Facebook, you can go to my TikTok, and that's at MattBWorld. That's MATTB World, and just step into my world, because like I tell everybody all the time, once you do step into this world, you will not want to leave. So let's get it.
I appreciate you. It's mattbworld.com, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not gonna lie, your song "Talk My Snit," I'm liking that as well too. Yeah, I know. He got
some vibe. Did you see the video though?
No. I gotta see the video too.
You gotta see the music video to that one, bro.
Oh, then I will. Look. Yes. Okay. I just know I like the song, so okay. I will check out the music video to that as well too. How do you come up with the ideas of your songs and the videos? Who helped you do your video?
Well, shout out to the wifey / manager. She's always holding me down. She's always like just helping me to brainstorm with different ideas. Also, just to the rest of my team, like shout out to Philly Flyboy. Like when I have these crazy ideas of music videos and things like that, he's the one who's kind of helping me to reel it in and bring it to the next level. Like, yo, Matt, I mean, I know you want to shoot that, but I'm just going to let you know that the possibility of doing something like that isn't that high. But I can shoot a version of that. So I'm like, okay, cool. And we kind of work together to try and figure out what that looks like. Something really cool about that project, that with that record, Talk My Ish, right? That was off my No Days Off project. And that was during a time frame when it really was no days off. I was in the middle of a tour. This was before the pandemic, maybe a couple of months before the pandemic. So I was doing a tour that summer. In the midst of doing a tour all around the country, I was also recording that EP, No Days Off. Jay Ivy was on that EP. Shout out Jay Ivy. He also did a lot of stuff with Kanye West, et cetera, et cetera. And then I was like, yo, I want to film music videos to all these records. So we filmed 5 music videos in about 3 or 4 days all around the Chicagoland area because I wanted to catch that Chicago vibe. One of the videos that was really dope to the song No Days Off, we filmed around 2 or 3 a.m. We filmed it in front of the Chicago Theater. We were going down Lakeshore Drive in a drop top Corvette. And I was like hanging out of the window because someone else was driving. So the drop top was down. I was hanging off of the side of the Corvette. I was doing all types of other crazy stuff. You got to check out the video. It's a vibe. Then from there, you know,
check it out.
What's up?
I said I'm gonna check it out now because I just heard the song, but I definitely will check out the video.
Yeah, for sure. And then from there, like, you know, once the pandemic hit, we were like, yo, you know, we don't want to slow down. So we dropped the album Eden. That was crazy. We got some videos out for that as well. Super happy about the success of that album, and now we just are continuing to push, continuing to be creative. And you know, I got a very small team, but we work like we're an army.
Very good. I appreciate you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The incredible Mr. Matt B, R&B singer, all around great guy, global. He's global, just not local. That's right. So when you guys see him out here in the Chicagoland area hanging out, give him some love, show him some respect. Do me a huge favor. Go to his website. Start following him on social media platforms. Matt, we appreciate you coming by tonight. We appreciate you serenading K. Renee for her birthday. And K. Renee, anything you want to say to Matt before we leave? You always have great words of wisdom.
Well, actually, I just had one question. If you had any person to collaborate with, any famous R&B singer, who would that be?
I don't know. They're not alive anymore, honestly.
Oh,
so
okay.
So I wish I could. But one thing that I will say is that if we talking about people from Chicago and if we talk about rappers, I'm gonna go with Kanye.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hear that, Kanye? Kanye, you listening? Okay.
There you go.
Come
Look,
on
Kanye, hook up Matt B now, Kanye. Now, look,
That's right.
Right, and he'll wear the little black outfits and everything. Just right. Yeah, look. Right. Did you go to the Donda listening event?
I was going to, but actually I was out of town. So because I was out of town, I didn't end up attending. But I heard that it was super dope. I thought that it was really cool that he brought it back to Chicago,
yes.
Hitting Soldier Field and all the rest of that stuff. So I was just loving it. I was eating it up. I'm always a big fan of supporting Chicago and supporting all the artists that come in and out of Chicago. And, you know, hopefully one of these days I do meet Kanye. Ryan Fest is my mentor. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Ryan Fest,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really,
absolutely.
but you know, I consider him to be a brother of mine. I consider him to be family. So you know, we're always, what do they say? Two people away from the person that you or 2 degrees of separation.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, you know, I'm in the fray.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. To open up, and eventually that will happen. God willing.
Yes.
So.
Look, as we always say, you just one cousin away. Right.
That's right.
Yeah, you just need somebody to be like, oh, you know my cousin Matt B?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's right.
We love Ryan Fest. Tammy McCann, jazz singer. She just was on the show the other night. And she and Ryan Fest were in Africa together recently. I love Ryan Fest.
When was it? When were they in Africa?
The beginning of this summer. They were there at the beginning of this, like a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Okay, because Fest is back in Africa right now.
He is. He and his wife. Yep.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there with him, but I ended up not going because I had some sessions that I had to do in Atlanta. So it just works out that way sometimes, right? So
look, that's what happens when you're a superstar, honey. I just need to go to the Jewel tomorrow to shop. He talking about, look, I had to
come on, we can go together. I need some new jewelry anyway.
You're right.
No. If you say Jewel, you said Jewel
I
Oscar.
said Jewel, but look, we can go to Jacob the Jeweler too now. We can go jewelry shopping, Matt B. Look,
we gotta go to New York for that though.
Look, I can go from groceries to diamonds. I can. So yes, amen. Matt, it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
For serenading K. Renee. We just wish you continued success. Your grandmother, smiling on you. She really
Yes, she
is.
is.
You are
Thank
making
you so
everybody
much.
proud. Just a really
Amen.
well-spoken young man. We appreciate
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
All
Y'all
right.
have a good night.
God bless you. We appreciate you so much.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Matt B, mattbworld.com. Check him out, R&B singer. See you later, brother. That was great.
Oh,
my
yes.
God.
Just
That
so
was
well
great.
spoken.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Oh, so well spoken.
And see, I got you serenaded, boo. See,
Yes.
Andy called you baby. See that?
Lord, see, you had me blushing. Now, you know, I don't like to blush.
That's all right. That's all right. Look, we saw the cougar come out.
And here's the thing. I'm not a cougar, but yes. Yeah, I was blushing. I'll admit it.
That's right. Look, when they're young with a nice smile and it's your birthday, a little cougar come out. Right. A little cougar come out. Well, at least on my birthday it does. Right. So, right. Young, nice smile, and can sing. Yeah, little cougar comes out. Well, Kay Renee, I just want to say have a wonderful birthday. Do you have a nugget of knowledge for us tonight?
You know I do. It is, you know, it is original one. This is okay, here we go. As life is no dress rehearsal, live each and every day as a special occasion. It's Wise Words Wednesday. # live life to the fullest.
Oh, how wonderful. For more information about our beautiful birthday girl this evening, please go to her website, karensnuggetsofknowledge.com, karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. It's her birthday. This is the new birthday sign for the show. It's the
all right. I love it. I love it.
Who we celebrate their birthday. This is the new birthday.
Yes, I love it.
Yes. Well, for more information about yours truly, please go to therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. So I premiered in a movie tonight, you guys.
You did. That's right.
I did. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend the movie screening tonight because I had the show. A couple of people just sent us messages. Our good friend, Susan Carlotta, she actually has been a co-host here, Miss Susan Carlotta Ellis. She said, side note, just saw you art, great acting in DS.
Yay!
Yeah, that I do. Thank you. That was my first movie role.
All right.
Movie roles will come. And it was a lot of fun to do that. Oh my God. Dion Nicole Smith said you were adorable, you were hilarious. So I gotta see it. I
want to see this too. How do I get a chance to see this?
Well, we'll have to have Miss Devorah Cravel on to talk about the movie. She'll be on with us next week. Hopefully we can show it, all of that, or whatever the case may be. But no, I had to do this tonight. Thank you, Imelda. We love you so very much. Another show. Everyone have a blessed weekend. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Imelda.
I love you, Tyra. I miss you. We've got to get together and catch up. Booker T, we appreciate you so very much. We do. Debbie Green, of course. Candace, actually, today is her daughter's birthday.
Yes. I saw that. Yes.
And Renee, we appreciate you. Tamlin, we do. Pam has not been on here with us in a while. I have to check on her to make sure she's okay. But other than that, it's been a wonderful evening. We appreciate you guys so very much. Kay Renee, please enjoy your sloppy joes, your tater, your birthday cupcake, your flowers, and have you a good cocktail. I've had one for you tonight.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I'm going to have the rest of them this weekend. Trust and believe.
All right. I'm going to get under my weighted blanket and go my butt to bed. I am. I do.
Well,
all right, you guys. Saturday morning bike ride with Buffy. For more information about that, please go to their website. I'll be there from 9 to 10 a.m. I'll be there to show you guys some love, get you ready for that bike ride to have a good time. But go to buffy.org, bufi.org. And if you're a city, federal employee, please make sure you donate to Buffy to help those people out. You can also go to Bike the Shore at eventbrite.com, Bike the Shore at eventbrite.com. All right. Anything else, K. Renee, you want to say on your birthday?
I just want to say to all of our viewing audience, thank you so much. I got the text on Facebook. Just want to say I will personally say a statement probably before 12:01 tonight. But thank you so much. 54. As I said, there's more in store at 54. That's the motto.
Boy, I wish I could turn back the hands of time. My God, I'm gonna be older than that this year. Oh boy,
that's all right. You're gonna see you still be nice and fresh. I don't care what nobody say.
I'm right. I'm trying to be. I am. I'm trying to stay swexy, as they say at my age.
I like that.
Swexy, yeah, not sexy. Swexy.
Swexy. I like that.
It's hard trying to be sexy. Right, sweating and sexy at the same time. So. All right. I love you guys so very much. Have a beautiful night. We'll be back Monday night. More episodes of Conversations of Courage, Surviving the COVID-19 will be taking place in the next week or so. Stay tuned for that. Happy birthday, K. Renee.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Art.
Love you guys. God bless. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next Monday night with another week of The Real Chat Daddy Show. Bye.
Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.